Okay, I think the video is cut doon sa ating first video. But now we will proceed sa remaining topic between dito sa ating lesson, sa lesson 3. Dito sa lesson 3. So, close yung muna ito. Yeah. So, we will proceed sa ating chapter, lesson 3-2. Kanina, as we cut, is effects of income earned in payment of expenses. Yan. Kanina, pinag-usapan natin is about yung effect ng asset sa owner's equity. But now, pag-usapan naman natin is the effect ng income, especially yung pinagkagastusan, which is the expenses, doon sa asset and owner's equity. We will turn again on the number 1. Nag-render ka ng services for cash. Ibig sabihin, sabihin na natin ang negosyo mo is consultancy. Yan, nag-render ka ng serbisyo mo kapalit ng pera, or nag-render ka ng service from you, skills, etc., kapalit ng pera. So asset increases and owner's equity increases. Why? May nagbayad sa iyo, 'di ba? Sabihin na nating naglaba ka. Yan. Naglaba ka for 350 pesos a day. Binayaran ka ng 350 pesos, papasok yung 350 pesos mo sa asset mo because it increases your cash. Same as the owner's equity increases because it is a capital. It's for your business. Yan. Pangalawa, rendered services on credit. Ito naman huwag kang malito dito Pag rendered services for cash, binayaran ka ng pera. Pag on credit, pag sabi on credit is utang. Yan. Nag-render ka ng serbisyo mo, pero utang muna. Ibig sabihin, di ba naglaba? Ang service ko niya ay paglaba. Yan. Naglaba ka for 350 pesos per day, pero yung pinaglabhan mo, yung nilabahan mo, client mo, sabi niya, pwede niyang on credit mo. Tawag na po na. Bayaran kita pag kinsenas ko kasi wala pa ako ngayon. So, pinayagan mo. So, render services on credit. So, may papasok sa iyo na asset increases. May capital din na papasok. Bakit? Wala naman na niyang cash na pumasok. Reminder on our chapter 2, yung pinag-aralan natin doon sa face-to-face, as part of the asset. Ang asset may increase because of the account of accounts receivable. May makukuha ka. Ibig sabihin, may inaasahan ka or may aasahan ka na darating on the quincenas na 350 pesos sa iyo. So it will happen na your capital also increases kasi meron kang accounts receivable. So it's a part of your business. Ito naman, paid telephone bill. It's a part of the expense. So asset decrease, capital decreases. Why? Asset decreases kasi nga gumasto ka. Nagbayad ka ng communication expense or utility expense. Nagbayad ka ng bill sa telepono. So asset decreases. Why? Because cash decrease and capital decreases also. Kasi it's a part of the utilities ng inyong capital. So now, pasok tayo sa lesson 3-3, effects of transaction and accounting equation. So ngayon pag-aaralan natin, identify the effects of transaction, asset, liabilities, owner's equity. Kanina yung pinag-aaralan natin sa 3-1 and 3-2 is all about yung changes lang doon sa asset and owner's equity. But now, kasama na yung liabilities. So, effects transaction. Kompleto na yung transaction between doon sa balance sheet. Following illustration, sample dito is INC, which is increase, DEC, which is decrease, and NC, which is no change. So ngayon sa transaction 1, sabi dito, si owner nag-invest ng cash. Diba? Yung una din na sample is nag-invest siya. Ano ang magiging part niya or galaw niya kapag narito yung asset, liabilities, and capital? Una, so owner invest cash, yung asset mo i-increase. Kasi, di ba sabi natin, yung cash daragdag. Cash is a part of an asset. Liabilities, no change kasi wala siyang account between the liabilities. And capital increase because it's for your investment on your business or it is for your capital. Number 2, owner invest equipment. Ayun, di ba? Gamit. Ano yung equipment na nag-invest, di ba? I-explain ko sa inyo, the invests and purchase are different. So here, invest. So the asset increase, yes, because equipment is a part of the non-current asset sa property, plant, and equipment. And no change sa liabilities kasi wala ka naman utang. Sabihin natin, di ba ang liabilities, other definition of liabilities, it is an obligation. Pag sinabi obligation, kailangan mong bayaran. So sa increase naman sa capital because you will use the equipment as part of your investment on the business. Magagamit mo siya sa loob ng iyong negosyo. Pangatlo, render services for cash, 'di ba? Yung una nating sample din doon sa 3-2. Nag-render ka ng service for cash. Increase sa asset because binayaran ka ng cash. Excuse me? No change kasi wala ka naman obligation. Increase sa capital kasi as part of the business, nag-render ka ng service, so your capital will be, sabi nga, may daragdag doon sa iyong capital. Pangapat, render services on credit. Yan. Nag-render ka ng serbisyo on credit. Yung sabi, sample na naman natin kanina, nag-render ka ng serbisyo mo, pero sabi ng client, may utang mo na, bayaran kita sa kinsenas, so your asset will increase, yung liabilities mo, no change, increase din yung capital mo. Because may accounts receivable ka, and then sa capital, may ina-expect kang perang papasok sa iyo sa kinsenas. So that is the render services on credit. Collects account and transaction number 4. Ito yung number 4, di ba may pagkakautang sa iyo. Dumating na yung kinsenas at binayaran ka na. Bakit ganito na? Increase, decrease, NC. Bakit? Sige nga, explain natin. Your asset will increase. Yung asset mo, increase. Ma-increase yung asset mo as well as di-decrease siya. Why? Sabi ko diba dito sa number 4, nag-increase yung asset mo because meron kang accounts receivable. Magdi-decrease yung accounts receivable mo kasi yung ina-expect mo siya kasi nabayaran ka na. So your cash will increase. No change na siya dito sa capital as well as dito sa liabilities. Kasi as far as recorded na siya doon. So ang mag-a-adjust mismo is asset to asset. Ngayon, sa pang-anim, purchase supplies on credit. Nagbili ka ng supplies pero bayaran pa. Inutang mo muna. Bili ako ng supplies, mga sabon kasi laundry ang business ko. So your asset will increase. Why? Kasi papasok siya doon sa supplies mo. But mag-i-increase din yung liabilities mo. Pag sinabing liabilities is obligasyon. So because nag-purchase ka, bumili ka ng supplies on credit, meaning utang, binili mo, kumuha ka ng supplies pero utang mo muna at hindi mo pa nababayaran. So mag-i-increase yung asset mo, mag-i-increase yung liabilities mo, pero walang no change doon sa owner's equity mo. Kasi may obligation ka, which is liabilities, increase, purchase supplies on credit, i-increase din yung asset mo kasi supplies is part of an asset. So return defective supplies. Ito, di ba may pumasok na supply sa'yo, but may defect, may sira. So mangyayari, ibinalik mo, kita nyo no change sa owner's equity, pero sa asset and liabilities ay may decrease. Sige nga, bakit? Decrease in asset because, asset yan. Decrease on asset because, yung supplies mo mabawasan, binalik mo eh. Supplies is a part of an asset. Magdi-decrease din, di ba increase dito? Magdi-decrease siya because yung liabilities mo, sabihin na natin, may pagkakautang ka from 6, nag-purchase ka ng supplies worth 100 pesos. Mag-increase yung bayarin mo kasi utang nga babayad ka ng 100 pesos. Binalik mo, may defect na 50 pesos. Magdi-decrease din yung obligation mo ng 50 pesos. So asset decrease, with amount of supplies returned, liabilities correspondingly decrease kasi nga, binalik mo yung supplies na, di ba utang mo siya, binawasan mo or binalik mo. Kasi nga, may defect siya. 8. Pay supplies bought on account on credit. Yan, binayaran mo na. Diba, yung sample natin kanina, 50 pesos. Yung ibinalik mo, may tira ka pang 50. So yung asset mo pays the supplies bought on account on credit. Yung supplies mo magdi-decrease. Bakit? Bakit kaya? Nagdi-decrease sa supplies. Sige nga. Ayan, yung explanation nandito sa baba. The structured payment of accounts since, ayan o, cash outflows representing the payment of existing liability, asset decrease in amount of cash paid and liabilities decrease in amount of liability and supplies paid. Siyempre, yung payable mo magdi-decrease as well as yung supplies mo kasi dati, nandiyan lang yan, bayad na siya. Diba? Yung accounts payable mo, yung 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 asset mo magdi-decrease din siya. Why? Asset decreases also because ang pinangbayad mo ay cash. It is the cash. So asset decreases. So not the liability, your accounts payable doon from the supplies ay magdi-decrease na. Kasi binabayaran mo na siya, wala ka ng liability. So borrow cash, issuing a note. Yan. Humiram ka ng pera. Pero yung paghiram mo ng pera, utang mo na. Ayan, borrows cash. Humiram ka ng pera, issuing a note. Nangako ka na sa araw kaining aldaw o sa ganitong araw ay babayaran mo yung pinagkakautangan mo o yung utang mo. So your asset increases. Why? Because may cash na pumasok sa'yo. Humiram ka ng pera eh. Pero di-decrease din yung liability mo. I-increase yung liability mo in a way because may babayaran ka. Ibig sabihin, sabi natin, a simple way explanation about the liability is obligation. You have an obligation na bayaran yung hiniram mong pera, so increase also in the liability. Sa owner's equity, no change. Ngayon, sa number 10, you purchase a land using cash. Bakit increase, decrease, and no change dito sa liabilities and owner's equity? In the first place, increase and decrease. Ang pinambayad mo sa lupa ay cash. Cash is a part of an asset. So it will decrease. And then, ang pinagbayad mo sa lupa ay land. Yan. Ay cash. At ang pinangbayad mo nung cash ay land. I'm sorry. So, the land is andon. Part of an asset which means asset increase. So both side increase and decrease. Increase, you bought land, so it increase. Land is part of an asset. But it also decrease because cash, diba, is part of an asset, cash ang pinagbayad mo ng land. Then, pays utilities expense for the month of, yan, sabihin natin December and etc. Decrease yung asset mo, no change sa liabilities, decrease din yung iyong owner's equity or capital. Because pinambayad mo ng utilities expense mo, tubig, kuryente, and etc. ay cash. Cash is a part of an asset. Cash decreases as well as yung capital o owner's equity also decreases because it's part of an expense. Now, sa 12, pays the note in full. Di ba yung pinagkakautangan mong yung note, borrow cash, di ba? Utang ka 100. Pays the note in full. Yan. Decrease yung cash or asset, decrease din yung liabilities. No change sa owner's equity. Why? As cash is part of an asset, cash decreases kasi cash yung pinambayad mo. Decrease din yung liabilities, Decrease din yung liabilities because obligation mo na bayaran yung hiniram mong pera from number 9 here. Yan. It also decreases kasi bayad mo na yung utang mo sa kanya. Now, the following details will include the amount of account affected in illustrating the effects on asset equation. Notice that the equation is always balanced and every transaction that assets are equal to liabilities and capital. Yan. Sample dito. Ayan ha. Yan tayo sample. Miss Go invest cash 800,000. Increase cash, nag-invest ka 800,000. Capital increase. No change sa liabilities. Wala kang obligation dyan. Analysis, investment ni Miss Go increases cash versus capital of the owner. Si Miss Go nag-invest ng equipment. Yan, nag-equipment ka 50,000. Kasi yung capital mo, kasi yung equipment is gagamitin mo for your business. No change sa liabilities. Nag-render ka ng cash for service for cash, 25,000. May pumasok sa 25,000, wala ka naman liability. Papasok din kasi as part of your business, income mo yun. to service income. 25,000. Renders 9,000 service on credit. May accounts receivable ka. Diba yung sample natin? May marireceive ka. Pangako ko niya yung kinsenas, 9,000. NC, wala ka naman obligation. Service income mo, 9,000. Sa business yon. Number 5, collects amount transaction number 4. Yan. Diba may pagkakautang sa yung kliyente mo. Binayaran ka na, 9,000. Yan. So cash mo is papasok, kaya decrease. Kasi yung accounts receivable mo ay bayad na. No change siya, both liabilities and owner's equity. Nag-purchase ka ng 1,000 supplies on credit. Income, increase supplies 1,000, may pagkakautang kang 1,000. Ngayon, return, bumalik ka ng 120 sa defect ng 1,000 dito. Magdi-decrease yung asset mo kasi mababawasan yung supplies mo ng 120 pesos. Di-decrease yung accounts payable mo. Di pa pa yan bayad kasi may binalikan defect ng 120 pesos. Pay supplies. Both on account or credit. Bumili ka ng supplies, decrease sa cash, 880. Accounts payable, 880. Kasi babayarin mo pa siya, 880 pesos. No change sa owner's equity. Ngayon, borrow, 90,000 cash issuing note. Yan, humirap ka ng 90,000. May babayarin ka 90,000. It's obligation. No change sa owner's equity. Ngayon, purchases 500,000 sa land, paying cash. 500,000 cash. Yan. Diba, explanation natin kanina, nag-purchase ka ng land, 500,000 ang pinabayad mo, cash 500,000, both sila ay asset. So no change sa liabilities, no change sa owner's equity. Pays utilities expenses, yan, 800 pesos cash, bawas. Ganun din yung capital, owner's equity, because utilities expense, 800 pesos. So part of the business na may pinaggastosan ka. Pays full in note, yan, yung utang mo, ilan ba yung utang mo? 90,000, yan. Number 9, 90,000. So note, binayaran na sa'yo. So may pays the note in full. May binayaran ka kasi utang mo pala, hinirap mo. So magdi-decrease yung cash mo kasi pinambayad mo. Yung payable mo or liabilities or obligation mo na 90,000 ay wala na rin. So yun. So that is our topic for the chapter 3. So we can proceed na to the chapter 4. Yan, we will proceed na on the chapter 4. Yan, buksan lang natin yung ating topic about the chapter 4. Okay, ito na. Ang chapter 4 is about the recording of transaction. Maybe we will cut this and then resume na lang natin. Feeling ko kaya naman. So ngayon, recording business transaction double entry system. Yan. So we'll share screen about the chapter 4. I hope you understand yung yaon na you can recap it as well as you can tawag dyan, you can syempre as always dapat basahin yung libro ninyo, yung modules ninyo, and then I already sent the worksheet. Yun. So ngayon, punta tayo sa chapter 4. It's about recording business transactions. Ayan. So, the accounting cycle. What is the accounting cycle? Ayun. Meron tayong tinatawag na double entry system sa recording transaction. Ano ba yung double entry system? Yung double entry system has the dual effect. Means every transaction at least 2 account. Yan. Yung 2 account dito napapasok yung debit and credit. There's corresponding credit and there is a debit. So, the total amount of accounts must be equal amount of accounts credited. The account debited must be equal to the account or amount credited. The life business is divided out sa period of equal length. A standard sequence of accounting procedure. Unang-una, may mga tinatawag tayo. Una, ang process na gawin natin is identify and analyze the transaction to be recorded. Yan, ano mga hanapin mo? Yung mga business documents. Yan. Yung mga business documents is the evidence containing to support yung mga business transaction. Kaya lang tanungin natin, ano ba yung mga business documents na to? Pero before that, these documents provide yung data concerning yung parties involved, yung sino ang ka-transaction mo, exchange made, yung value, kung ilang pera, yung petsa, and then determining exchange made, this value translated debit and credit components. Una, is recording transaction in journal. Pinakauna is identify and analyze yung mga business document. Pangalawang gagawin, re-record ka ng transaction sa journal. May tinatawag tayo sa accounting na journalizing, which is first or basic na gagawin of recording. May book ito, tinatawag itong journal. Pangatlo, posting journal entries sa ledger. Yan, magpo-post kayo ng mga journal entries ninyo into the ledger. A ledger is also called a T account kasi T siya. Ganun, yung kanyang book. Ngayon, magpe-prepare na tayo ng trial balance. Ayun, yung a list of accounts found in the ledger together with the account balance total is a proof. Yeah, trial balance, T din siya. T accounts. There is a corresponding credit, hence the proof ledger is a balance. Kailangan balance palagi. Pag di yan nag-balance, delikado. Preparing the worksheet and adjusting entry. Yan, may worksheet kayo. Use account to assemble. Yan, i-assemble mo yung lahat ng accounts doon sa iyong worksheet. Preparing financial statement, which is yun na yung kabuuan. Yan, financial statement, di ba? Merong 4 types of financial statement. Basic 4 types. Financial position, which is the balance sheet. Income statement, which is the income and expenses. Statement of changes in owner's equity and cash flow. Cash flow, whichever is cash in operation, investment, financial, and etc. To provide useful information daw, parties interested in financial information of the business. Ngayon, number 7, after mo nung financial statement, preparing ng PFS, magjo-journalize ka and pagpo-post ka ng mga adjusting journal entries. Later on, mapapag-aralan natin kung ano yung mga ina-adjust. Di ba? Usually, ang mga ina-adjust is, nangyayari yan at the end of accounting period to update yung accounts of internal transaction because makaka-apekto to sa accounting period. Samples of mga ina-adjust is accruals, expiration ng mga deferrals, estimation and events and worksheet. Kasama na rin yan yung mga depreciations. Yeah. The journalizing and posting of closing journal entries. Other meaning nito is closing and posting. Closing entries prepare the end of accounting period. Mag-update ka na yung owner's capital account. Same as mag-eliminate ka ng balances ng mga nominal account. Later, mapag-aralan kung ano nga ba yung mga nominal account na yon. Then, preparing post-closing trial balance. Meron pa siyang post-closing trial balance. After closing entries, dapat magpo-post-closing ka na rin sa ledger mo. This is to assure that this entries been recorded or correctly posted. Also check the equality of debit and credit. Yan. Alamin mo kung balance ba yung T accounts mo. Yung journalizing and post, meron ding mga reversing entries. Yung reversing is ginagamit to simplify yung accounting process. Adjusting entries are simply reversed on the first day of accounting period. Sabi dito, hindi naman lahat ng adjusting entries ay kailangan i-reverse. Only accruals and deferrals that use in the nominal accounts. Yun lang yung i-reverse. So lesson 4.2, pasok na tayo dito sa recording transactions. Ayan. Ano nga ba yung journal? Ang journal daw is a chronological record of events, business transaction, showing all the effects of each transaction, debit, credit, because transactions are initially recorded in the journal. Usually, ang tawag sa kanya is called the Book of Original Entry kasi in and out, nandun siya sa journal. Meron tayong cash book, meron din ngayon yung tinatatakan ng BR na cash receipts journal, same as yung cash disbursement journal. In cash receipts, lahat ng nag-in na cash, lahat na pumasok within sa inyong operation ng business, organization, or institution. Ang cash disbursement is lahat ng expenses at lahat ng lumabas. Usually, ang withdrawals ay pinapasok na namin doon sa cash disbursement. Ang cash book naman is representation ng in and out. Yan. Cash in, cash out within a day, etc. Yung cash receipts, cash disbursement, paghiwalayin mo lang yung dalawa, all the expenses here for cash disbursement, all the receipts are here on cash receipts. So the journal entry should contain the following. Una, meron ka dapat date. Importante ilalagay mo yung date as well as the month and the day para exact kung anong day pumasok yung transaction mo. Pangalawa, account titles and explanation. Usually, pag formal, no need mo na rin ng explanation. But if you want na mas malinaw iyon, kung gusto mo pang pahirapan ng sarili mo, meron kasi sa finalization, meron mga notes pag nag-finalization ng financial statement. As of you, kayo bilang nag-aaral pa, so you need to have the account titles explanation to explain kung ano yung transaction na pumasok within doon sa operation ninyo. So write the debit account extreme left, yan. Lalagay mo yung left kasi sa American accounting style. Okay. Okay. We will continue. I think naputol na naman tayo because of the internet connection. But continue tayo. Okay, putol tayo eh. Ayun na nga. Diba una date, account titles explanation. Una, the debit on the left side ng inyong journal is account title explanation. The left first line indent is the credit. Yan, half inch of the next line. Sample. Okay. Maybe I will get muna the cardboard. Okay. I will get the cardboard as well as the pentel pen. Okay. This is the mere example of it. Yan. Yan. Una, lalagay mo yung date. Date. Yan. Second type is the account title explanation. Ba? Yan. Sabi pa dito, the explanation describing transactions written extreme left and right below. Yan, credit. Ngayon, yung PR, posting references. Corresponding account number her once entry is posted. However, leave it blank if the posting has done. Yan tayong mga PR or posting references. Meron pa nga yung account titles, account numbers niya. Pero later on, pag-usapan natin yan. So debit under this column, write debit account. Yan. Which is the example of this. Ito na sa baba. Ayan. And credit on the amount for each credit. So presume, sample. Sample lang kayo ha. Credit and then debit in credit. Yan. Ito yung sample ng inyo, which is, I don't know if nakikita. It is the date. This is the account title. Yan. Debit and credit. Credit, debit. I think baliktad siya. Then account title and date. Yan. So, pero ang pinaka-basic example nito, ito na sa baba. Yan. Date, account title, and explanation. Yan. So, sample, si Ms. Giselle Ong established yung Anyway World Gallery with initial investment daw. May investment siya na 300,000. Sa May 2, 2016, the journal entry shows on the next page. Ayun na. So, nung May 2, cash, 300,000. Yan. Di ba ito yung date? 2016. Lalagay mo kung anong date, anong taon, huwag kakaligtan. Account title explanation, cash. Yan. PR, debit and credit, cash. Nag-entry 300,000. On capital kasi investment. Diba? Yung sample natin, asset and owner's equity, yung mga changes. Diba? Yung effects niya. So 300,000, 300,000. And explanation niya here, initial investment. A simple compound entry. Sabi dito, when only two accounts are affected, you call simple entry. When there's only one debit account and one credit account, the previous example where owner, Giselle Ong made initial investment, simple entry ang tawag doon. In some cases, this would require use of 3 or more accounts. Yan, kapag medyo complicated na yung sa account, pero maganda yung gawin. In which case, the entry is called a compound entry. Ngayon, pag nag-journalize tayo ng transaction, journalizing entry, is the process of recording transaction of journal. It has been recognized and measured. Una, Sa pag-journalize ng transaction, meron tayong tinatawag na double entry system. In case of 2 or more accounts, yan. Merong pwedeng sa asset, 3, 4, di ba? Dito iisa lang eh. Pwedeng 4 dyan. Pwede rin sa credit, 4 din or 5, depende sa account na gagamitin or pwede doon sa isang situation. So, ang tawag na doon is double entry system. So, rules like debit and credit. Yan at pakatandaan nyo ito palagi. Yung you debit to show, yan. Ba? You debit to show, you credit to show. Increase in asset debit, decrease in asset credit. Yan, huwag yung kakaligtaan to. Pag nag-decrease liabilities, ma-increase liabilities. Sample ng increase in asset and decrease in asset. Pwedeng mangyari yan. Decrease in liabilities, sample ito. Di ba ng mga sample nung nauna? Is account payable, ibig sabihin pinagkakautangan ka 10 pesos, cash ang binayaran mo na. So, accounts payable is 10 pesos. Tapos, decrease in asset also shows cash sa accounts payable. Pwede rin dito sa increase in asset, decrease in asset. Sa increase in asset is yung furniture. You purchase furniture, sabihin natin sofa. Increase in asset, sofa. Asset. Debit. Decrease in asset, credit is cash. Sa decrease in liabilities, increase in liabilities. Ano naman to? Decrease, nag-decrease ang liabilities. Pero nag-increase din naman ang liabilities. Yung mga sample niyan. Same as sa number 3. Decrease in owner's equity, increase naman sa owner's equity. Ang sample ng pag-decrease ng owner's equity, pag nag-withdraw, same as may pinaggastusan, expenses. Pag increase naman ng owner's equity, may initial investment, additional investment, yung kita mo. So analysis of transaction, ito na. From the business document, determine the kind of transaction made. Analyze transaction to determine accounts affected. They can either affect the asset liabilities, owner's equity, revenue, expenses and account. Determine the effect of transaction on the accounts affected. The transaction can either be increase or decrease the account. Yan. Pakatandaan nyo mga rules na ito, apply. Dito, alamin mo muna. Balik tayo sa 1. Alamin mo muna yung dokumento. Pangalawa, analyze mo yung transaction. Pangatlo, ano yung effect ng transaction sa account. Then pang-apat, apply the rules of debit and credit. Ngayon, may illustrative problem tayo. Ayan. Iisa-isa na tayo sa sample. Illustrative problem. Initial investment. The following transaction for Anime World Gallery for the month of May, they will record it using double entry system na To analyze this transaction, the following shall use to show the effect of account follows as ang A natin ay asset, ang L ay liability, ang owner's equity. The effect of owner's equity classified as follows as OE, pwedeng R for OER for revenue and OEE for expenses. Yan. Sample pa lang to. So na si Miss Giselle daw ay gusto niya ng anime. Yan, nagdo-drawing siya ng poster, mga makukulay na anime characters. Minsan daw, dinidisplay niya ito sa kanyang opisina para daw isorpresa niya ang ibang anime. Nang malaman niya, may ibang anime fans na gustong bumili ng kanyang drawing tsaka painting. At gusto mag-place ng special order sa anime characters na gusto nilang ipa-drawing kay Miss Giselle Ong. Ngayon, si Giselle nag-decide na mag-open or mag-put up ng business na tinatawag na Anime World Gallery. Nag-invest siya ng 300,000 sa kanyang negosyo. Ngayon, analysis. Diba yung ating ginawa? Pag investment, yung asset increase, owner's equity increase. Yan. Increase because cash increases, owner's equity increases because you put up an investment into your capital. Rules, debit increase in asset, credit increases in owner's equity. Bakit ganon? Sige nga. Pareho naman na silang increase. Bakit naka-debit si asset, naka-credit sa owner's equity? Simple, because of this analysis entry. Increase in assets is recorded to debit to cash. Increase owner's equity is recorded to Credit to own capital. Ang normal entry sa double entry system ng asset is on debit side. That is the very normal. Same as in the owner's equity, the very normal entry on owner's equity is on the credit side. So that is a clarification between the two. Magkakalimutan, normal entry, di ko sinasabing always debit ang sa cash, that the normal entry on the asset is on the debit. The normal entry on the owner's equity is on the credit. Pero sinasabi ko, not all the time. It depends on the transaction. Not all the time si asset is on the debit. Marami dyan punta din siya sa credit. Ganon din naman, nadi-debit din naman si capital or the owner's equity. So magiging entry mo, cash, 300,000 is debit and own capital is credit, 300,000. Initial investment is your explanation. Ngayon, issuance ka for cash. Ito investment to, initial investment. Huwag yung nakalibutan yan. When it comes to investment, initial, that is the entry. Now, the issuance of note cash. Ngayon, si Giselle Ong nag-issue ng promissory note. 100,000. Nag-utang siya kay Alay Bank. Ang note, nakalagay sa note na kailangan niyang bumayad ng 12% kada taon na interest. And yung interest and principal are payable, mababayaran lang siya dapat sa isang taon. Ngayon, analysis. Si asset increase and liabilities increase. Why? Asset, naghiram ka ng pera, papasok sa iyo as cash. May pera ka na. Liabilities increase also kasi utang mo yun. Kailangan mong bayaran. So rules, debit increases and assets, credit increases and liabilities. Now, for clarification, normal view, palagi ang asset is on the debit and the liabilities, ang normal transaction niya is always on the credit. Wag malito Ganun pa rin, same procedure, di lahat ng oras at di lahat ng pagkat, depende sa situation, depende sa problem. Cases is si asset ay nasa debit. Karamihan napupunta sa credit as well as liabilities, not all the time nasa credit siya, napupunta din siya sa debit. Yan. So, increase in assets recorded, debit to cash interest liabilities recorded to credit notes payable. So, cash asset. May pumasok sa yung pera 100,000, so debit, it increases on your asset. May babayaran ka, which is credit, lalabas din yan sa iyo, 100,000 din. So issuing, explanation niya is borrowed a money from the bank by issuing promissory note. Now, nag-acquire ka ng office equipment of cash. Ngayon, sabi dito, noong May 5, si Miss Ong acquired office equipment to be used by office paying 180,000 in cash. Ngayon, an asset increase, another asset decrease. Di ba yung ruling natin na una? Increase because may pumasok sa yung office equipment which is ginamit mo. So, office equipment and equipment are part of non-current assets. So, it is an asset. So, asset increases. Another asset decrease because cash ang pinambayad mo. The cash is also a part of an asset. So, an asset is decreased. Debit increases asset, credit decreases in asset. So increased asset recorded by debit to office equipment, ayan na. Then cash as credit decreases on the cash. So ang explanation mo is purchase office equipment for cash. May pumasok sa asset which is office equipment, may lumabas sa asset which is the cash. So credit siya. That is a double entry system. Now, acquisition of furniture, paying down payment and balance account. Si Miss Ong, bumili daw ng furniture sa Blooms. Nagkakahalaga ng 40,000. Nagbayad siya ng 12,000. Yan, medyo complicated na to. And the balance at the end of the month. Compound interest is needed on transaction. Ngayon, nagbili siya ng furniture, pero nagbayad siya 12K down payment. Sige nga. Then, may babayaran pa siya sa 40,000. So, ang mangyari ganito. Asset increase, asset decrease, liabilities increase. Tatlo na. Double entry system na to. Asset increase in a way. Why? Increase because bumili nga siya ng furniture and fixtures. Yung furniture, pumasok. Furniture is part of an asset. Asset decrease, why? May binayaran siya doon kay Bloom. Nag-down payment siya ng 12,000. So, nabawasan ng 12,000 yung cash niya. Bakit may liability siya? di ba costing 40,000, nag-down muna siya ng 12. Yung matitira doon ay babayaran niya pagkatapos ng buwan. Ibig sabihin, katapusan. So mangyayari, 40,000 minus 12,000, ilan? Is 28,000. So may 28 pa siyang wag kakautang kay Bloom, si Miss Ong. So yung debit increases in asset, credit decreases in asset, credit increases in liabilities. Kita nyo yung entry, iba na ha. Paano mo i-determine yung pagpuput up ng debit and credit? So ganito, increase asset recorded by debit of furniture, decrease asset recorded by credit, increase in liabilities recorded by credit to account payable. Ganito. Furniture and fixture, same as explanation sa taas. 40,000, asset pumasok, increase. Cash, lumabas, magiging siyang credit kasi lumabas, it's credited on the asset, decrease. Ngayon, yung payable mo, normal transaction of the, sabi niyan, of the liabilities is the credit. So yung 12, di ba down? Minus 40, 28,000. So accounts payable mo is 28,000. Yan ang transaction niya. Pag debit, from the start, yun. Indented palagi yung credit, both sides. Ganyan yung entry ninyo dapat, ganito So furniture and fixtures, 40,000, cash 12K, cash account payable 28,000. 28 plus 12, 40,000. So balance silang dalawa, 40 and 40. Ngayon, advance payment daw nung renta. Nagrenta ka, nag-advance ka. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo pa nagagamit for the next month. Sabihin natin January or yung renta mo. Pero sample dito sa May 6, si Giselle Ong, nagrenta daw ng office space and paid 2 months. 2 buwan ang advance niya. All costing 18,000. Yan. An asset increase, another asset decrease. Bakit kaya? Another asset decrease. Ngayon, debit increases in asset, credit decreases in asset. Ganito, prepaid rent. Pag sinabing prepaid, advance. Later on, malalaman nyo rin yung account na yan. Pag sinabing prepaid, it is an advance. Prepaid. Diba? Parang sa cellphone lang yan. Prepaid load. Di pa nagagamit sa load, pero bayad mo na. Diba? Yung postpaid, iba naman. Yung postpaid, babayaran mo yung bill mo kapag kung ilang amount yung na-inquire mo for the whole month. Yan. So prepaid and cash. So prepaid rent, 18,000. Cash, 18,000. Nakita nyo, prepaid rent is asset and cash is also an asset. Prepaid rent increase, part of an asset, so it is a debit. Decrease na naman yung cash, credit siya. So pay 2 months rent in advance. Ngayon, payment sa insurance premiums. Yan, insurance. Pero same lang yung magiging entry ninyo doon sa advances. Ito, insurance premium. Ngayon, si Miss Ong, nung May 7, ay nagbayad ng 1-year insurance sa kanyang gallery. Anong purpose ng 10,800? Yung insurance, in case na may mabasag, and etc., ay meron siyang insured yung mga drawings and paintings niya doon sa tindahan niya ng mga galleries. Asset increase, another asset decrease. Why? Same procedure sa taas. Debit increase, credit decreases. Increase in asset recorded by debit, prepaid insurance. Kasi prepaid lahat yan advance. Di ba for 1 year, di niya pa na-incur, di pa natapos ang 1 year. Bayad niya ng 1 year na insurance para doon sa kanyang paintings and drawings. Cash, same procedure dito, kasi nabawasan yung cash, pinambayad niya doon sa insurance. Now, events that affecting accounting equation. Yan, sample down. Hindi nakaka-affect. Hired a part-time student helper. Nag-hire ka daw ng estudyante, part-time lang na magtulong-tulong doon sa yung gallery. 4,000 pesos monthly. The student helper started working on the following day. Sabi dito, there is no entry necessary at this point as the hiring of student helper has no effect on asset liabilities and owner's equity. Wala siya daw effect doon. But actually, if you complete, sabihin natin, if you complete the transaction, kasi ito, asset liabilities, owner's equity pa lang to. Pwede nga itong pumasok as an expenses kasi nagagastos ka na. Pero as presented by the book, wala daw, no journal entry. Kasi sa ALE pa lang tayo. Pero when it comes sa income statement, pasok na to. Pero kung i-determine sa OER and OEE, kasama siya doon. But the book said, so that's it. So sa May 8, called National Bookstore and ordered art supplies worth 7.2. Yan. Tumawag daw kay National Bookstore, nag-order ng supply sa art supplies na worth 7.2. Pwedeng mga pintura and etc. There's no entry necessary at this point daw. The ordering the art supply has no effect on asset liabilities. Nag-order ka pa naman. Wala ka pa na, why? Ito ang pinaka-basic niyan. Wala ka pa namang idinalang binigay na pera. Hindi pa naman dumarating yung delivery sa iyo. Wala ka pa namang in advance doon and etc. So, walang transaction. Meron transaction, you're calling for supplies, order ka lang naman. Pero yung nando na yung mga gamit and etc. ay wala. So no effect siya doon sa asset liabilities sa owner's equity. ALO. Tandaan nyo yung ALOE, ALO. Basta yung A equals L plus OE, ALO. Aloe vera, ALO. So purchase of art supplies on account. Ngayon, dumating na yung in-order mong 7.2 sa National Bookstore na deliver na on account. So asset increase, liabilities increase. Why? Debit increase in asset, credit increase liabilities. Sabi dito, why? Pumasok yung art supply sa iyo. Na-deliver na yung worth 7,200 paintings and etc. ng gamit na dineliver ni National Bookstore. May accounts payable kang 7.2 kasi basta tatandaan nyo, pag may wording na on account or on credit, pag sinabing on account or on credit, ibig sabihin, inutang mo. Depende sa situation. Kung ikaw, you purchase art supplies on account, inutang mo. Kapag yung client mo naman, nag-render ka niya yung service on account sa kanya or on credit, may utang siya sa iyo. So, wag kayo malito. Basta on account, which means may obligation. You just need to determine if sa iyo ba yun or doon sa kliyente mo. Kasi may dalawa yan. Accounts payable, isang accounts payable is babayaran mo. Accounts receivable, may babayaran sila sa iyo. Kaya nga accounts receivable, papasok sa iyo. Asset 'yon. Accounts payable, may babayaran ka, which is liability sa iyo. Lalabas 'yun sa iyo. So art supplies 7.2, accounts payable is 7.2. So purchase art supplies on account. Now, sa income earned account, 'yun. On account. Pag sa may income earned, may income na pumasok sa iyo pero on account mo na or may ina-expect kang income pero utang mo na. Ngayon, ganito. An oil painting daw ni Naruto, may acrylic painting of L was delivered daw kay Mr. Kuto. Yan. Ni Miss Giselle Ong. Si Miss Giselle Ong, nung may-ari nung gallery, ay prenesyohan or pigbil si Mr. Kuto na 120,000 po ngaya ang painting na i-deliver ko sa iyo. So ito ang mangyari. Asset increase, owner's equity increase also. Why? Debit increases, credit increases in owner's equity. Bakit? May accounts receivable si Miss Ong na 120,000 kay Mr. Kuto. Kasi si Mr. Kuto hindi pa siya nakabayad. Sabi ni Mr. Kuto, utang mo na. Bayaran ko pagkatapusan. So may 120,000 siyang accounts receivable. Yan ha. Di ba yung nauna accounts payable? Ibig sabihin ikaw may utang. Accounts receivable, yung kliyente mo may utang sa iyo. Yan. So painting revenue, OER, pasok sa owner's equity ng 120,000. So ano may painting on account. So papasok yun doon sa income mo. So partial settlement of accounts payable. Una, noong May 12, si Ms. Ong, binayaran na si National Bookstore ng 3,000. Diba? 3,000 yung binayad kay Ms. Ong. Asset decrease, liabilities decrease. Bakit? Yung utang niya, di ba, natatanda niyo, ilan yung utang niya kay National Bookstore? Ang utang niya kay National Bookstore is 7.2. So now, binayaran niya na muna yung 3K doon. May tira pa siyang at least 9.2. Pero hindi yung kasama dito sa transaction. Ang ipuput up lang ng transaction is yung accounts payable niya na binayaran. So mangyari, from credit to liabilities, tataas siya. Accounts payable, liabilities, 3,000. Magiging siyang debit kasi nabayaran mo na eh. Then si cash ang magiging credit kasi may lumabas na 3,000. So ganun yung double entry, may switch doon between sa dalawa. Sana naintindihan nyo. So partial collection of accounts receivable. Ayun. Tandaan nyo naman yung marireceive niyang 120,000 from painting kay Mr. Kuto. Yan. Si Mr. Kuto daw nagbayad. Bayaran muna kita 50,000. Tapos, asset increase, another asset decrease. Bakit? Diba? A simple explanation to this, cash increase 50,000. Binayaran ka na. Accounts receivable decrease kasi yung accounts receivable mo is part of an asset. Diba kanina a normal account is accounts receivable. Yan, nasa taas siya. Ayan. So magdi-decrease siya, magki-credit siya kasi yung 50,000 na receivable mo, bayad na from the cash. Although meron ka pang natitirang iba, later on, kasi 50 pa lang, ang magiging entry mo lang dyan within the transaction within a day, 50,000. Cash, debit, may pumasok, debit ang cash. Pag lumabas, palaging credit si cash. Accounts receivable, debit kapag may receive ka, kapag nabayaran na, magiging siyang credit. Ayun. So, explanation, receive a cash as partial collection from Mr. Kuto. Ngayon, cash withdrawal by owner for personal use. Ayun. Ano ba itong cash withdrawal by personal use? Si Giselle Ong, nag-withdraw daw ng 18,000 para sa personal use. Di ta alam kung saan niya gagawin. Ang mayayari, asset decrease, owner's equity decrease. Bakit? Si owner's drawing, yung owner's equity ay magbabawas ng 18,000 kasi winidrawhan niya yung pera doon sa kanyang capital, sa kanyang investment. Ngayon, si cash magbabawas din kasi cash yung kinuha niya. So, 18,000. So, withdraw cash for personal use. So, yun. So, ngayon, collection of unearned income. Noong May 20 naman daw, si Miss Ong received 80,000 cash for a contract to paint Lilouch. Yan. May pipinturahan siya. Yung Lilouch. Di ko alam kung tindahan niya or etc. So, asset increase, liabilities increase. Bakit? Sige nga. Sige, bakit? Collection of earned income. Ngayon, yung pag-paint ni Lilouch, increase asset core debit kasi increase liabilities recorded by credit to unearned painting revenue. Ngayon, may na-receive na siya 80,000. But yung unearned painting revenue niya, 80,000, yung hindi niya nakuha, na 80,000, ay nabayaran na. So yung liabilities, yung unearned painting revenue, yan, magiging credit. So ang mangyari, ganun, may burden to sa kanya. Ano yung unearned income? Ibig sabihin ng unearned income, unearned painting revenue is, pag unearned is para accrual siya. Ibig sabihin, nakapagpinta ka na but di mo pa nakukuha yung pera para sa iyo. So ngayon, yung unearned painting revenue, magiging credit na siya kasi na-receive mo na yung bayad doon sa dating napinturahan mo na, naka-render ka na ng service pero utang mo na. So cash collection from income earned. Ngayon, cash collection daw from income earned. Ngayon, si Giselle Ong received from Miss Utusan ng 90,000 for a charcoal poster of Kirito. Asset increase, owner's equity increase. Bakit ganito ang entry nito? Sige nga. Collection from income earned. So ngayon, si painting na 90,000, painting revenue is 90,000. You receive cash and yung credit mo is income. Income yan. You already collected the income. So you receive cash, 90,000. Painting revenue, ang revenue also is, ang tandaan nyo ha, yung expenses is on the debit side, normal transaction, and revenues or income are on the credit side, normal transaction. Pero, it depends upon the cases and situation. Sana malinaw yan. Nagbabago-bago yan. Now, on payment of salaries yan, nagbayad ka ng pasweldo. Noong May 25, si Miss Ong nagbayad ng 4,000 doon sa kanyang helper. Ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina. Asset decrease, owner's equity decrease. Yan. Yung una, wala yung transaction. It is because hindi pa naman siya nagtrabaho. Nagtawag lang naman siya ng helper. Nag-hire pa lang. Wala pa namang sweldo. So wala pang transaction nangyari. Magtatrabaho pa lang siya next in the morning. So payment of salary. Si Miss Ong, binayaran niya na yung helper niya ng 4K. Yan, ang magiging, diba sabi ko, expenses are always the normal transaction or normal line niya is on the debit side. The revenue is on the credit side. So salary expense 4,000 and cash is 4,000. So that paid helper salary for the month. Ngayon naman, nabayaran na si helper. Payment of expenses incurred consumed. Yan. Incurred or consumed. Si Giselle Ong nag-paid ng water bill. Yan. Or yung bayad sa PWSS, tubig, ng 540 pesos per month. Ngayon, asset decrease, owner's equity, decrease. Debit decrease, owner's equity, credit decreases in asset. Sabi dito, expense normal, normal transaction, expense debit 540, cash 540, paid water bill, utility for the month. Yan. Expense siya kasi gasto siya eh. Babayaran mo siya. Ang mga kasama ng water is electricity expense, which is yung kuryente ninyo, which is pwede rin yung gasoline, fuel, and oil. Kung nagagasolina kayo or nagbabiyahe, repair and maintenance, if may mga sasakyan na pwedeng ayusin na ginagamit sa iyong business, utility expense, pwede rin yung communication expense, may mga internet, etc. Communication sa phone, pwede rin, ano pa ba? Bas madami yung expenses. Later on, papag-aralan natin kung what different type of expenses. Now, the unpaid expenses already consumed, incurred, accrued expenses. Now, to pinakalas. We will resume na lang for the next link itong unpaid expenses. Ngayon, si Miss Ong daw received ng bill kay Meralco na nagkakahalagang 4.5. Yan, ito yung kuryente. Liabilities increase, owner's equity decrease. Ngayon, sabi ni Miss dahil bayarin, utilities payable siya. Ibig sabihin, expected na every may bill, ito pinagkaiba niya naman ha. Utilities payable is parang may bill na siya. Yan. Utilities expense 4.5, utilities payable is 4.5 also. So, unpaid expenses already consumed, incurred. Ibig sabihin, yung utilities expense, di mo pa siya nabayaran. Utilities payable, babayaran mo pa lang. Ibig sabihin, nakagamit ka na ng kuryente pero di mo pa siya bayad. So, receive bill from Meralco. So, ngayon, T account, ayan na. Siguro, we will continue on the next subject about the T account. So, for industry, mahaba-haba pa to. So, I will give you the YouTube link for continuation itong lesson for industry. Thank you and God bless.